Will Ferrell, Adam Sandler, who made the interview? I'm blanking right now. What's his name? Seth Rogen. And Jim Carrey. You guys got to pick who would like just disappear and all.
Who am I gonna fuck? Kiss and marry?
No.
Fuck, marry, kill? No. Yeah. No, I mean, that's impossible.
Okay, so who do you have?
They all offer such different things.
So who do we have? Seth Rogen, Jim Carrey.
Jim
Carrey, Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell and Adam Sandler.
I would kill Will Ferrell.
And the question is, which one's more likely to say the N-word?
No, man.
Oh, sorry.
Did we both get this game wrong? I used to have this saying when I was in high school that if you have more than 3 friends that are hippies, you might be a hippie too.
Okay. I mean, that's reasonable.
So, but I mean, you guys are my friends. You guys aren't hippies. This is fine. I'm fine, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm chill.
What if all my friends are black? Am I black?
We're going to have to ask you. I'm going to have to defer.
I was at an open mic one time, and everyone's Amber Alert happened. Everyone's phone went off except mine. And I was like, I turned mine off a long time ago.
Did you feel like the worst one, or did you feel like
you're blowing my mind?
Yeah. You felt like the smartest one.
I did.
Yeah, you felt superior.
Yes, but the only reason why, because one time it woke me up. It was like 2 a.m.
Yeah, I'd been woken up by an Amber
Like,
Alert.
I'm going to go put it on my pants and be like, all right, let's go find this guy.
As Arturo states often, sleep is sacred.
Yeah, no, I don't play about that.
She's like woken me up and like, I'm bored.
What? He likes it. No, he likes it when I wake him up when I'm bored.
I'm like, go play a game of tennis or something. Get out of here.
He knows what I want to play if I'm bored. He has never complained when I have woken him up when I was bored.
Like, oh, thank God.
Okay.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I was bored. He was like, I was bored too. This dreaming stuff is boring.
Sleep is sacred until, this pussy comes into play.
All right. Funhouse.
That's
just playing. I'm just having fun.
That's great.
I'm just trying to make you blush,
That's
He's just trying to loosen you up.
And we do a little bit of a rolling start, so we're already going. So
that's fine.
Yeah. So welcome to Manly Girly. I am Art. We have always Andy. And we have Tahj, right?
Woo! Yeah. Thanks for pronouncing
Tahj Jones, right?
Tahj Jones. Yep.
Nice. Yep. Is that what you use when you go up on stage, or do you just go like?
Yeah, I go by Tahj Jones.
Nice.
I thought of a stage name. Well, I thought about having one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I couldn't figure out one, so I was like, "Let's just go. Let's just do the name."
Absolutely, man.
Yeah,
well,
it's simple, easy. Everybody, I think it's a memorable name. Not too many Tajs around here.
That's good. Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah, I think it's
a good one.
Absolutely. Well, welcome to Manly Girly. We're very glad that you were able to make it. Especially you drove a long way.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just we recorded a bunch of podcasts today, so it's been fun. But we always ask, this is your first time on the show.
Yep.
We always ask our first time guests, how long have you been doing comedy, and what got you into it?
It'll be 3 years this month, the 28th. What got me into it? I don't know. No one ever told me like you should do stand up. Like no one has ever.
You never had your aha moment?
Nah, I never had that. I guess it's a little bit of, not cockiness, but a little like, I thought I was funny.
Ego?
Yeah. I had a sort of a big ego. I thought I was funny.
Well, I thought you were very funny. We just saw you at Dirty Bull last week, I think.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That was a fun night. But no, what got me into it, I watched a lot of Kevin Hart growing up. Mm-hmm. And for a long time, he was like the only stand up to me. Like I'd never seen anybody else for like a while.
How old are you?
23.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, well, Chris Rock was around, but it's before your generation.
Yeah. I found out about everybody else like years after I found out about Kevin Hart.
Yeah. Sometimes when you're a kid, you're into what you're into, and you can only be into
it.
Until
it becomes generational.
Like
I didn't know who Mr. Beast was until like a year ago.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. It's I started watching. I think it was Seriously Funny. They played that on Comedy Central a lot.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah, that joke about the teacher calling his teacher a bitch and everything like that.
Oh my!
That joke was hilarious to me. But I was.
You'll have to give us some context.
Yeah,
that's okay. Yeah. We can move on.
I used to retell Kevin Hart's jokes to my cousins and stuff, and it was they would laugh because it's funny material.
Yeah.
But I was like, I like that feeling of people laughing like with me.
Yeah.
But as I grew up, I developed a sense of humor, my own sense of humor. And I decided to try it. What was that? January 28th, 2020. Started right before.
Right before,
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that you know the exact date too. Was it
That's 'cause,
nerve-wracking? Was it?
No, it's only because.
Did you have a breakup that day?
No. My favorite rapper, J. Cole, that's his birthday. So I just,
J. Cole. Yeah.
I
Okay.
love J. Cole. So happened on his birthday at Good Nights. Went to Good Nights.
Nice.
Did my 3-minute set there. It was, barely remember it. Like
You barely remember it?
it was a lot going
Was it
on that day.
surreal?
It's like you were in like a fog.
Yeah, that and, the set's short. Like 3 minutes is.
What did you
so
talk
fast.
about?
I did a story on how I hit someone's car.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Tell us the story.
Was it-
What happened?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I was on my way to a movie to go see The Art of Self-Defense. No one's ever seen it. I don't think. No one. Have you guys seen
What's the name of it?
the Art of Self-Defense. I haven't
I've
seen it, but I
heard
think it's on
of
my
it.
queue.
It's a
Yeah.
nice little like.
We're gonna have to check
indie-
it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool. It's like a dark humor type
Thank
of
you.
thing.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
It'll be a good one.
Yeah, we've walked through all our playlist on all.
We're
all
always
the,
looking for good
Yeah,
recommendations.
we're out
I
of
watch
shit
so
to
many
watch.
movies. I can give y'all.
Well, and plus,
lot.
you know what I hate about it right now is like you can get so pigeonholed by Amazon or in Netflix or whatever, and then you'll never get to see the movies that your friends want to get to
Yeah,
see. And then
that-
I want to watch the movie. That sounds like a cool movie. I want to watch that.
It's weird
Why
how I
doesn't
find
Netflix
out-
tell me about that?
I'll watch a lot of movies with some actors I enjoy, and then as they work with other actors, and then say that other actor's performance outshadows my favorite actor.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'll check them out. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
it's
yeah.
kind of it's weird how you find out about the other stuff.
But it's organic. It sounds nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, it's a good movie. You guys check it out. But yeah, I was on my way to see that movie, and I was just parking. Like I like to back in when I park.
Yeah. So you can
but-
get away real quick.
Yeah,
Same.
it's for whatever reason. No one
Is the front of your car low? Like, does it scratch up
At
against
the
it?
time, I had a GMC Envoy. It was an SUV.
Yeah, okay.
No, I was really kind of
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
you
yeah,
just
yeah.
like to escape
Yeah, it's just like
quickly.
that's I think
Yeah.
I don't know why.
You want to be all cool. I get it.
Yeah, it's,
Look at my backing skills.
I was backing in and I was parking next to like a Hummer. So I just blanked out for whatever reason and I hit the car.
You just weren't paying attention. You got overconfident.
Maybe I've been
Yeah.
doing it
Been there.
so perfectly for years. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
nothing. I closed my eyes a little bit, honestly.
Oh, her son also tried to back in the car, but she did smash her car. And
Well, I'll tell you about that later. Go ahead.
But it wasn't like it was like I didn't like smash into it. Like I just hit it. I was like, oh, felt something, and I pulled forward and I heard like a lot of noise. But what happened was my car was higher, so the Hummer has like a little piece. I think it was a Jeep, not a Hummer. A Jeep has like a little pice of like something, so it hooked under
Yeah.
my bumper, and so when I pulled forward, it pulled out my bumper a little
Oh
bit.
no! So it didn't even do anything to their car.
No, their car's fine. It was my. That's why I didn't say anything. I'm like, it was
Okay.
my car that day.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
just
yeah.
went to the movie.
Oh, you didn't. Nothing. Even not
No.
even a scratch on
No,
the
well,
car.
I mean, what are you supposed to do in a parking lot, right? You get at a movie theater, like nobody's coming for that
am I
car
gonna
for like an
am I
hour
gonna
or two.
wait? Like,
yeah,
no,
exactly.
I'm gonna miss the
you're
movie.
not chump,
Exactly.
yeah.
you
Someone
know?
did see me though, but they kept moving. So I was like, all right, cool.
Well,
It was-
if nothing happened to their car, I mean, it ripped your
or
bumper
maybe
off.
I
Maybe no harm,
believe-
no foul.
Maybe something did happen. I just didn't want to believe that.
Anyway, so your bumper's ripped off. You went to the movie.
In reality,
went
it's a
to the movie.
suggestion, my friend. You know, like
And that was the one time I told all this in the
Allegedly.
I told all this in the joke that night, but that was that one time. The only time this has ever happened. Like two police officers, like in the middle of the movie, two police officers came in the theater and just looked around. I was like, are they looking? Is there like
looking
a
for
camera
you?
or something?
yeah.
But they just left, and it was the most stressful 20 seconds of my life. I thought they were looking for me,
Absolutely, yeah.
but no, it was fine. Movie was great. Left.
What movie was it? Oh, that's
The
right.
Artist of Defense.
Yeah. I need to see that.
Who's the act? Jesse Eisenberg. You guys know him?
Maybe that's why I
Oh
haven't seen
yeah,
it.
yeah.
He's in it.
I do like him in American Ultra,
I love that movie.
but otherwise,
Oh,
I
that
find him
movie's fire.
obnoxious.
He does a lot of.
Stammering, and I'm just like, that's
I
not
like his
cute.
type. He's a very nonchalant. Like I don't know. He has like
Okay,
a
you
very
can
nice
like him. That's
demeanor.
fine, I guess.
He's good in this movie. Check him out.
All right.
Yeah.
I liked American Ultra, so yeah. And you recommended it, so I guess. I
Yeah.
guess.
It's-
And if
I
I
give you
hate it,
all-
I'll tell you though.
I'll tell you guys to watch any Jake Gyllenhaal movie.
Okay.
Okay.
You
Any
love those
Jake
indie
Gyllenhaal
actors,
movie.
don't you?
Nah, he's so good. Jake Gyllenhaal is amazing.
Yes.
He's one
Even
of the
October
best.
Sky, you know.
I don't know about that one. Did I miss?
Yeah. I think that's where he started. Jake Gyllenhaal.
See, okay, that's
It was
I
a
haven't watched
rocket
little-
movie where they
Yeah, I was
launch
gonna say he was
rockets
building a
into.
rocket
They made
or
me watch it in high school. I'm 37, so like I'm a dinosaur. But
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Used to
I haven't
make it.
watched a lot of young Jake, but
yeah.
Prime Jake, where he's at right now, perfect. He's a
Okay.
Oh
good
yeah, he
actor.
was great in the Spider-Man movie. You know.
Oh, he
like,
was so
yeah,
good.
He was
He
good.
was so good as Mysterio.
Yeah.
Very
Absolutely.
caught everybody off guard with that actually.
Yeah, like I was like, wow, he's great. And then there's the
I have to
the
watch
one
it
where he's
again.
like a murderer, like or chasing
Nightcrawler?
Yeah,
Nightcrawler,
Nightcrawler.
yes.
That's
yeah,
a good
yeah.
one.
Oh.
That's one of the darkest he's done, I think.
And then Donnie Darko.
Donnie Darko.
Donnie
Someone
Darko,
just-
that's right.
I missed that one. I gotta check that one out.
Oh,
You haven't seen it?
I haven't
when
seen
we
it.
were
That's like
like
his-
high
his,
school age,
you know,
everybody was fucking
pivotal
on
role.
Donnie Darko's balls, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Was-
100%.
What's the Brokeback Mountain? I heard that
Oh,
was,
yeah.
his,
Brokeback
was that his?
Mountain, yeah.
I never
his
seen that one, but
breakout?
I've heard about
No,
it.
I mean
haven't
Donnie
seen it.
Darko.
Donnie
was his
Darko
breakout.
put him on the
Yeah.
map.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to check that one out. I like
Yeah.
this a type of it's kind of like a psychological thriller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it
I'm in.
Donnie Darko, yes.
Donnie Darko?
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, those are my
It's
favorite
weird.
type of movies.
It's like I want to watch it on mushrooms, but I'm afraid I'll come out on the other side.
He
you
does
know?
a lot of.
I
those
don't want to
movies.
watch it on mushrooms.
He has a movie called Enemy where he's playing.
Oh, I saw
Yes.
that. Yeah.
the twin. Like, yeah, I love that.
Crazy.
It's
Yeah,
very.
I like that one as well. Yeah.
That movie kind of stuck with me for a while.
Nice.
Yeah. That
So-
and Prisoners.
So, what is your favorite type of movie then? What's your favorite genre?
Definitely psychological thrillers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
I like to watch a movie and at the end of it be like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
change my perspective and stuff.
You need to watch. There's a new movie out called The Meal. I think it may be on Netflix.
The Meal?
HBO. It's on HBO.
No,
Is it on
you're talking about
HBO?
the menu.
The menu. Yes.
The menu.
yeah,
The
I saw that.
menu.
I
Oh, you
saw
I
saw
put
that?
it
I
on
went to
queue,
theaters
and
You haven't
then
seen
he-
it, but
And then he fucking watched it without me, and so now I gotta watch it.
No. You say you didn't want to watch it.
I said I didn't want to watch it by myself.
Yeah. Now, is it worth it? Do you recommend it to Andy? To
I
watch
do.
It?
I think if you like that type of genre, I think that's
It's good.
It's a good
Okay.
one. It's
good.
very.
Well, we're gonna have to watch it.
weird.
And you have to
No,
watch
man,
it.
Yeah.
It gets really weird. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Well, cool though.
It's a nice
I like
movie.
weird.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Have you guys seen this is my favorite movie of all time. Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I love that movie.
was great,
man.
right?
Like I have a
We own
poster
that
coming from
one.
that.
You do? Okay.
I want to have my mom watch it. You know,
Yeah,
like
I've been
it's-
recommending it to everybody that strangers
Same.
at the gas station. Just
Same. Like I think it's such a. Especially, I gotta tell you, like the way that they portray the husband and his explanation of how he is at the end.
that part
really
was so. It made me tear up.
It made me tear up too, right? Because it makes you think like there's, you know, you never hear that argument being
Right.
made about why would people navigate? Because you sometimes it's like it's an archetype, right? Of like you see people like this all the time, and sometimes like okay, where like maybe they're dismissed, but there can be more there. It can be a conscious
Right.
for a reason.
Yeah.
I am interacting with life in this particular way.
Yeah.
You know?
When he was like, "This is how I fight," I was like, "Yo."
Yeah.
I don't know why. I was like, "That got me." I was like, "This man's amazing."
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
yeah, that's a great movie. I'm glad y'all watched it and liked it. That's-
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's another movie I actually want to watch on mushrooms. You know?
Absolutely,
Like,
yeah.
You should. I mean, yeah, that whole multiversal.
Yeah.
They did the multiverse better than Doctor Strange too.
I
think.
know, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
Like-
yeah,
strange, right?
absolutely.
It is-
I mean,
it's-
it's
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Very
it's like,
much
how do
so.
you like? If they came out the same year, all of a sudden,
Yeah.
like Doctor Strange, there's not that madness in that multiverse.
Not at all.
You know,
Sam
hot
Raimi
dog
should be
fingers.
embarrassed.
That's where there's madness.
Yeah, right. That was.
Yeah.
There's I don't know,
That
and I
was
would
so
say
weird.
even that other Marvel show, the cartoon one.
Oh,
you
What
know,
If?
with the watch.
Oh,
Yes,
I love
what
that.
if?
that
I love
one was
What
more
If, yeah.
multiverse madness than the multiverse madness.
I love that show so much.
It's so good. I
It's-
watched it multiple times, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. No, that last. I think the last two episodes I watched.
Oh,
on
I rewatched the last two, or
Yeah,
you know,
I
with the
mean-
Ultron and the Watcher.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when they were-
we should watch
yo.
that again.
when he was Ultron figured out like he gained like this consciousness of
Yeah.
And you see it,
Watu,
yeah.
I'm like, yo, this is scary.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
terrible.
Like,
I
Ultron's
felt
a scary-
that fear. I
Yeah.
felt that. Yes.
Even he was scared. He's like, this
Yeah.
never happened before.
He's like,
It
what?
was crazy.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
it was dope though. It was in that version of Doctor Strange they had in there.
Yeah.
Was just so OP to me. Like he ate an
Yeah.
explosion or something. Like it was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I also like the version of Thor where he like picks up. He's like,
Yeah. That was a dope at the first. That episode was kind of like whatever for me.
Yeah.
But what really capped it, what made it, special for me was the fight between him and Captain Marvel. In
Oh,
that
yeah,
episode.
yeah,
I think that was
yeah.
a really dope fight.
It was a
which
dope
one?
fight.
Oh,
Good fight.
between
That party.
Ultron.
No, the Party Thor in
Thor.
that
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
He fought Captain Marvel at I think the end of the episode.
Did
Yeah.
he? Oh, okay. I kind of like
it was
skipped
very
over the
short.
Thor episode a little bit. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Most people
I
did.
hate
Yeah.
to watch it. Yeah,
it was kind of like it felt like a filler a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you had to set it up for, the last two.
Right.
But yeah,
they
I'm
had
gonna rewatch it.
Did you hear because it was 9 episodes, supposed to be 10, but
Yeah.
I think COVID kind of messed that up. I think episode 9 was supposed to be an episode.
The Iron
with,
Man one, right?
Yeah,
Like,
with Gamora.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Gamora. I think it was
Yeah,
Gamora.
Gamora. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
she just shows up in the
last episode.
compilation.
Yeah.
From what I hear, they're supposed to put it in season 2. Or
Oh,
something
dope.
like
Okay,
that.
because I want to see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to see any more Iron Man I can. Like it's.
Yeah. I want to see. Oh, are you a big Iron Man fan?
Yeah.
Are you?
I don't know if I'm an Iron Man fan or a Robert Downey Jr. fan. It's
Oh,
kinda,
I'm a Robert Downey Jr. fan and an Iron Man fan. Actually, you know what? Because I was always a DC guy before, Robert Downey Jr.
Okay.
Became Iron Man, and but yeah, we recently we watched part of. Have you ever seen The Soloist with Jamie Foxx and
I
Robert Downey?
haven't. I know the movie, but I haven't seen it.
It's a good one. Or another one that Robert Downey Jr. is in that's pretty good. It's Due Date. Have you ever seen that with Zach Galifianakis?
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
Zach, dude. He's so
I
funny.
love
I
it.
watched the Ferns thing.
Oh yeah,
Between Two
Between Two
Ferns?
Ferns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the funniest type of interview shows I've ever seen in
Yeah.
my life. Like, he's just be great. Like he just belittles them, the whole thing. It's so funny. So good though.
Hell yeah.
So good.
So, are you originally from North Carolina, or what brought you to North Carolina?
I'm from Miami.
Okay, I grew up in
Oh,
South
yeah.
Florida. No way. Yeah.
Well, I was born in Beaufort, South Carolina, and then parents moved to Miami when I was like 1. So
Okay.
raised mostly in Miami. My dad was military, so he was here. He was stationed in North Carolina, South Carolina, some other places. Then when they split up, I was kind of like back and forth between different states.
Yeah.
But I was mostly raised in Miami.
Okay.
But after I graduated high school in 2017, my parents were like, "Hey, you should probably live with your dad for a little bit, get some independence and all that." So I was like, all right. So I moved out here. Got my first job. Started comedy shortly after that. Here. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Fits my personality more than Miami does. Miami's a little wild.
It is.
Miami is wild.
Yeah. It's a wild spot.
It's a hot spot, but it's nice to visit.
Yeah. No, actually, no. I used to say
No?
that. And I visited for Thanksgiving. And I mean, it was just way too hot for November.
You're like too many fucking Cubans down here.
No. That's my favorite part about Miami, honestly.
Yeah.
But no, it was 98 degrees in November.
Oh, I am
Oh, yeah.
100%
I took like
with
3
you.
naps in one day.
Yeah.
I was drained, man.
And by the way, to our Cuban watchers, I love the Cuban people. My stepdad was Cuban. Great dancers, great food. They only make two or three things, but
Backtrack. Yeah.
they're great. Yeah. I
They're
mean, they can't
beautiful
speak
people. He
Spanish, but
likes them
fuck
very
them. Like I'm just kidding. But no. So I fully agree with you on this because I think there's something. Like I grew up in Florida. I lived there for 15 years in Fort Lauderdale
nice.
area, Davie,
Okay.
really. But I've lived in Oklahoma. That's where I met Andy, right? And Oklahoma. I stayed some time in Kansas. I lived in Boston. And what I got to tell you about North Carolina, at least the Triangle area, is there's something so like magical. There's nothing like Miami that would bring people to tour here.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it seems like the people that live here have chosen this for some reason, and they truly are nice. Like they are interesting, kind, loving people. At
Genuine
least the
people.
Yeah.
genuine. I find a lot of
Yeah.
genuinity in them.
Yeah.
And what have you found?
I found exactly that. I like, I'm mostly here for open mics and everything. I don't really hang out, so
Yeah.
I'm only here for the open mics. But
In Durham, you mean?
Durham, Raleigh.
Triangle.
Where are
Yeah,
you
that's
from?
Chapel Hill.
I stay in Fayetteville.
Oh, okay. My bad. Okay.
So yeah, no, I felt that. I think that's why the crowds here are so they seem nice. Like
Yeah.
when they're
Yeah.
there to laugh. They're always there to have
Yeah.
a good time. Can't really say the same for Fayetteville. I don't know, but
Well,
yeah.
Jalen was
different-
telling us about that a little bit. He's like, "Yeah, this is different."
But Fayetteville's an army town, so
Yeah.
you can't really call it the slice of North Carolina because people there are from everywhere,
That's
right?
true. It's very
Yeah.
yes. You see
Army towns are different.
everything in Fayetteville, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, her brother lives in Fayetteville.
Oh yeah,
Cameron, yeah.
Cameron. Okay,
Yeah.
I go. Yeah, my gym's in Cameron. So okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
He actually stays in Cameron specifically because he's like, I can't handle Fayetteville anymore. You know what I mean? And I was like, I can get that after having visited a few times.
Yeah, no, I understand.
What I don't like about it is there's no freaking trees there. They just leveled.
No, they're building.
Everything.
They're building a lot.
Yeah,
Or,
but I
seems
like
it.
trees, and trees are a nice part of North Carolina.
What
I
type
mean,
of trees we talking about?
what?
What type of trees?
I mean, the kind you smoke, the kind
Yeah,
you
that's what
grow,
I-
the
that's
kind
what I was
you know, but
thinking.
only the legal kind.
Yeah, the
Delta
kind that build
A.
houses, you know?
Huh?
Trees build houses, you know?
That's true.
This house
Yeah.
is made of trees.
This
you know?
house is made of trees.
This is a lodge. I thought this is right. This is
Smoker's
a cabin.
Lodge.
It's a little bit, right? Like it does
Yeah.
have cabin vibes. for
It
sure,
does.
have
Yeah,
a
yeah,
cabin
yeah. It
vibe.
does have a cabin vibe.
Yeah,
That cathedral ceiling.
yeah, absolutely.
But no, they definitely are tearing down a lot. I feel bad for the squirrels.
Fuck them.
I don't know.
Fuck those
We gotta
squirrels.
save the squirrels, guys.
No, we don't. No,
Fuck-
we don't. Fuck
We
those.
have a feud with these goddamn squirrels, and now with fucking woodpeckers, because when we came in, there's a big fucking hole on the side of my siding that, like, I'd heard of the woodpecker before, but it's like literally this fucking big. Like,
Yeah.
What are they
it's-
pecking for?
It's,
Well, they're
I don't know.
woodpeckers. They peck into the wood to find bugs.
Okay, is that what? Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought they were just having
No,
a
no,
ball.
no. Well, and I don't. Okay, so woodpeckers. I'm going to tell you why they're capable of just like jamming their freaking face into a thing over and over again. They're just whacking their head again. They have the equivalent of a football helmet inside their
Interesting.
that's protecting their brain.
Okay, so no
So-
concussions.
So no
nothing.
shaken baby syndrome for them, you know?
Yeah, with a pregnant.
No
woodpecker
shaken pecker
continue to-
syndrome.
No
yeah.
shaken pecker syndrome.
Well, thank God. That's, thank God for that.
If they were pregnant, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so pregnant woodpeckers are like, no, I'll go ahead and
Yeah.
make this.
Just
Bro.
go to town.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, they have no off days.
So is comedy something that you like wanted to pursue professionally, or is it more like you do in your free time? Where do you see yourself going, like 3-5 years in comedy?
No, comedy. Yeah, I definitely would love to be at that point where it's my only income.
Yeah.
you know.
nice, okay.
I'm aware that comedy does open doors for other stuff like acting and all that.
Yeah.
that came to me. That would be a nice little thing to do.
Yeah.
But no, comedy is definitely something I wanted to pursue for a career. I also want to dabble in like writing, like
Okay.
TV, movies, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm actually I started a little, I guess it would be a short movie I want to do with some people from the scene here. Kind of like a whodunit, but just full of comics.
Oh
who
yeah, 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 yeah.
Trying to solve a crime, but they have no business of solving a crime.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like a very
just
clue
comics.
thing.
I love
Yeah,
that.
sounds-
Yeah,
I think it would be very
Like
interesting.
Clue. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a great idea. Have you
Yeah.
seen that movie?
No, I haven't.
You need to check it out.
You need to see Clue. Like it's and
classic.
Yeah, it's a classic, but it wasn't. I don't think I was old enough to see it in theaters, right? But what they did at the time was that it had 3 different endings.
What?
It
And
had
they
3
released the different endings in different theaters.
in different theaters.
Oh, that is so
You
dope.
know,
Isn't it? And back in the day, like no internet. How would you
Yeah.
tell your friends
Oh,
that
that
you
is
saw?
so dope. So,
Yeah.
oh man, I want to see all 3 endings.
Yeah, well, if you watch it now, like all the 3
I can
endings
get
are
all.
in it.
Okay.
you know?
Yeah. Okay. I
They
wanna
just
watch
play
that.
all of them concurrently.
Well, no, and if you watch it in a movie, right? Like they're like, well, I'm not gonna give away, but
Yeah,
but
no,
you
no,
get
no,
to see all 3 endings.
Okay, you just
Yeah.
you
No,
just
that
say
sounds
okay.
so dope.
Yeah.
That's
You check it
game
out,
changing
yeah.
for movie. Like,
Maybe you need to see it, and then you can just model your
I know, right?
idea
Yeah.
after that. Why not improve
No,
on the
it-
idea, friend?
yeah. I want to build something original. Like I just want to be.
But you just described Clue.
I know. Did I? I know. I actually, because there's a. Did you guys
There's
see?
no such thing as an original thought.
I
You're
know,
just-
not completely, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I
didn't
think the
mean
whole
to rain on
thing
your
would just
parade.
be. No, you're
I think it
fine.
sounds really cool, man. I'm
I
just
hope,
shitting on you
I
a
hope
little.
what day it is. It's hard to, because I feel like with comics being the cast, it'll just be a bunch of improvisation, improvised
Absolutely.
anyway. So me
It's
writing
gonna be
is
hilarious.
just, not necessary, I guess.
You writing is not necessary.
Yeah, I'm trying to write like the characters and all that, but these are comics that
Yeah.
I plan on having in it. So comics
So-
like the
Riff
improvise
and,
stuff. Yeah.
and invent. So, are you gonna give them at least like some parameters? Like you're a sheriff, and they at least have a role to play, right?
Yes, I have. I know I have one character for sure that I want. And I think you guys know Tim King.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Tim
So
King.
he dabbles in acting, right? So I think it would be cool to have him be like an actor
Yes.
And then like, in his past, like he played like a detective in a movie or something. So whenever the crime or murder happens in the film, that character be like, oh, I played a detective. I can like take charge of this case
he thinks
or whatever.
he's very clever.
Yeah, so he'll be like the detective. Like
I like that. Yeah.
I think that's only
Tim King
for
would be
sure.
hilarious.
I think
for
Tim
that.
King would be great at it.
Yeah.
But I got a few people I want in it. I think that'll be pretty fun.
So your goals with comedy, if you're saying, you know it can open other doors for you and stuff like that, you only want to go into comedy because Kevin Hart's your hero.
Yeah. I do.
Comedy is all you want to do. What?
Yeah, I don't really have like a backup plan.
I hear
like,
that.
Comedy or like nothing, I guess. But there's signs of like success right now. People, it's going into my third year. I get, bookings and people want to, networking has been a big help. Like
Heck yeah.
meeting a lot of people and I'm meeting like the right people.
Yeah, making the right kind of friends in the comedy scene.
Yeah.
You never know who's going to help you though. Along
That's the
way,
thing.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of built this FOMO situation going on because I want to hit every mic and every show I can because you just never know who's out there.
Sure, yeah.
Looking for something or
where
who you
your
can meet.
exposure is going to be.
Yeah,
Where your
so
break is going to be.
It's just so that's why spend a lot of gas getting out here.
Well, I imagine. Fayetteville's like an hour.
Yeah.
Man, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, no,
I didn't
no
know you were
problem.
coming from so far.
No,
Get
this
out.
is fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Tahj, is there a special lady or gentleman in your life? I don't want to assume,
This is gonna sound ridiculous. I do. You guys know Zendaya, right?
Zendaya?
Yeah, from
that
Spider-Man?
your-
Like
is that
the
your
Spider-Man girl?
Yeah, that's my lady.
That's your
Have y'all heard
man,
something else, or-
congratulations.
Have y'all heard something different?
No,
She's
no,
seen
no,
that?
not
I've not heard
recently.
anything
I
different.
mean,
She
I
hasn't
heard
seen one.
that white guy that she's friends with sometimes. I don't know.
Who are we talking about?
Like, I don't want to start any beef or
Yeah.
whatever.
No, just
I don't
wasn't
remember his
aware.
name. Some white guy.
some white guy. Is
Yeah.
he the British guy?
I think
I
so.
think he is. I don't remember.
Have you ever, had a show where there's a girl that thought you were so funny that she threw her panties at you?
No, that hasn't happened. You would, that'd be great though.
So you never gotten with
Yeah.
a chuckle fucker?
No, whoa. Is that what they call him?
I
chuckle
think so.
fucker.
He's
Yeah.
the one who told me.
Yeah,
Good
chuckle
name.
fucker,
Chuckle
because you make them
fucker.
laugh and then they want to fuck you,
No, that hasn't. That's the thing though. Like,
Isn't that most women? No, I'm sorry, I'm just kidding.
I don't think so.
I found a lot of women that go to comedy shows are always with like their partner. Like it's like a
okay.
date thing. Comedy shows
so
are a
you
date
think
thing.
it's not an appropriate place for a
Not at
comic
all.
to pick up
No,
women?
there's never like a single woman.
Oh,
That's just how.
You know what? You're right. Why don't more single women just go to
Yeah.
comedy shows? You're right. I hadn't thought about it, but it's not. It doesn't seem as frequent.
Not
I
at
mean,
all.
yeah, I could
I've
see
had
that.
a couple offer to buy me a drink,
Okay.
Ooh.
whatever that means. I don't.
We know exactly what that means.
I don't want to think what it means.
Yeah,
but
where
I
you
just-
bang her out and he jerks off in the closet. Like
or where they both bang you.
Hey, I
So-
happily decline.
So happily decline
Listen,
is
yeah.
wise.
just
Wait, did
pass
you
them off
accept-
to Dyson.
Wait,
Dyson is
wait.
more than willing.
Did you accept the drink though?
I didn't because I don't drink. I was like,
Oh, okay.
I'll take the money though, like that you're gonna spend.
Yeah,
They were gonna give you-
exactly,
Oh.
No,
I need gas money right now. You know how
That's
long
right.
it took
definitely
me to
take
drive
the
here?
$7.
Fayetteville's a minute away.
Yeah, but that's happened twice. People offer me drinks.
Wow, how flattering.
Oh, that's very nice.
So, but no
You're
chuckle
like-
fuckers though.
I've got a career in something else if this comedy thing
I know, I
doesn't work
should.
out.
Yeah.
If you did run into if you were at a show and there was a lady, right, that thought that you were so funny that she wanted you to bang her out, crack her open, and clean her out, how should she approach you?
Whatever it is whatever demographic that you'd like to approach you, how would you like that person to approach you?
Bang her out and clean her out.
Yeah,
He's a
crack her open
poet.
and clean her out.
He's
You
a
never heard that
poet.
term?
What can I say?
How should she approach me?
Yeah,
I like that, huh?
I got Zendaya's address in my phone.
Oh, okay.
So if you want that,
Yeah.
you gotta fuck. me.
I'm gonna send her a bomb.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, you could just be like, you were funny, and I'll take it from there.
Yeah.
She's like, it was
So would that be the most flattering thing that somebody could say? Not that you were the most handsome, not that you were whatever.
Yeah,
it would
no,
be that you were the most funny.
Yeah, I'm a comic. I need that validation.
You need that validation.
Yeah, I need to know that I was funny. The laughs aren't enough.
The laughs aren't enough. You're like, no, I'm insecure. You don't
Yeah.
understand. I need to fill that pocket in my soul.
You know what I get a lot though? I get like mostly because I drink a lot of water prior for whatever. Because the ride's long, I'm just drinking water, right?
Yeah.
So I'll go upstate. I'll go on stage, get off, go to the bathroom almost immediately, right? And then this happens a lot. A lot of dudes. There's always a dude already in there or who comes in. So while we're peeing, he'll just be like, "You were funny, dude."
Yeah.
Like,
Do you live for that?
Nah, I don't like it. It makes me.
You don't like it? Yeah,
like our dicks are out, and you're telling me
Like there
it's
should be a separate like green room bathroom, for comics.
it's a weird situation. Like,
So have you run into that situation as well, Arturo?
No, because usually I'm taking a shit, so I'm using the stall.
that's what I should do. Is just go to the stall, right?
Yeah,
do you?
absolutely. That
I'm
way they don't
using-
see you.
Okay.
Stop taking the shit.
Okay. Well,
You use shit in public
Oh,
bathrooms.
absolutely. I lost that a few years ago. The trick is all you gotta do is, and I don't even do this anymore, but I did it before. I was freaked out. Is that you grab the hand soap and you spread it on one of those, either a paper towel or if they have it, or some toilet paper, and you wipe the seat. They always have antibacterial soap, and then you're Gucci.
that actually is a very genius idea.
Thank you. It's
Sorry,
not
excuse
mine.
me.
what kind of disgusting bathrooms are you going into that you have to wipe
Listen,
down?
all men's bathrooms are disgusting. honey.
Okay.
I've seen some nice ones though. Some nice
yeah.
ones. I'm like, I wish I had the shit. Cause
You know
mean,
what?
I wish I had to shit because
This is
I'm
a
just
nice
looking to
bathroom.
annihilate this motherfucker.
You know what's most surprising sometimes when you go like you're on the highway or something and you stop at like a gas station that you think you're gonna get stabbed or robbed, and they have a very nice bathroom. That ever happened to you?
I did a show a couple weeks ago in like just a small town in here in North Carolina, and it was next to a Big Lots. The venue was next to a Big Lots. So I went to the bathroom in the Big Lots, and it's a big have you guys been to? A Big Lots? Like
Yeah.
It's they all look like they're about to close down. At
They
any
do.
moment,
It's like
right?
it's like
It's
the
a going
shelves,
out
like,
of business
Yeah,
sale
like-
every time.
Like,
yeah.
so I go to that bathroom. I mean, it was just immaculate.
Cat
I'm
crawling
like,
through the
no
parking
one
lot.
has ever used this bathroom. I don't think.
Yeah.
It had to be just renovated. Like
It had
was
to be because
an
you go to a
amazing
Big Lots
bathroom.
like you go to like Goodwill. I'm gonna find a treasure here, but I don't really know what's gonna be there
Yeah.
when I get there. You
right?
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was So I guess it has happened.
We should start like a thing of all where the nicest bathrooms are,
There should be
Yeah.
like so that you know where to shit.
I was gonna. Cause
So
there's
you don't have to wipe down. the
there's
seat.
a like an app that tells you for McDonald's. Like you go to McDonald's,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, the ice cream machine's down. There's an app that tells you if that McDonald's you're going to if their ice cream machine is
That
working.
is so useful.
Oh.
Kinda like
Why
that.
aren't
Yeah.
more people making useful apps
Right.
like that?
There's a bunch
Because
of
I
useless
cannot
apps out here.
stand it when I want that so bad, and I get there and they're like, the ice cream machine's down.
Download that app.
I know you guys are breaking it. I
I think I heard what it is that they already cleaned it, so they take it apart to clean it, so they just don't want to
Oh
put
yeah,
it back
but
together.
but it's like it seems they clean it multiple times a fucking day. It's like nothing. Go ahead.
I just don't think that they. I think they break it.
You think they break it on
Yes,
purpose?
if I were an employee, I would break it. You know what I mean?
yeah, I
Because I've
understand.
heard the cleaning thing, and I think it's bullshit.
Yeah.
I think that they actually break it. I think that they purposely do it so that they don't have to clean it anymore. And I get that because otherwise they have to clean it like 3 times a day.
Yeah.
It's conspiracy, man.
Well, there's nothing more infuriating than when you order delivery and you order a shake, and it's like I just got the burger and the fries because I gotta get this up to something that makes sense to get the delivery fee,
Shake.
and then they bring you everything but the fucking shake.
Oh, yeah.
Or even more, they forget the fucking
That's
shake.
just what I was about to say. I lose my mind even more if they forget my shake.
Yeah.
I know that I can't even finish my food plus that shake, but I don't care because I wanted a sip of that shake. And if you rob me of that, I'm just so furious.
Hey, it's okay.
Like,
It's all right.
I'm sorry. It's my bad.
No, I worked.
hungry.
I
No.
worked at a Burger King, and
You broke?
we had an ice cream machine thing, and I witnessed a coworker lie, like because it's fine, like it's perfectly working. We make our own shakes all the time at Burger King, and they were like, "Yeah, can I get a like a Oreo shake or whatever?" And the coworker looks at the machine,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Nah, we
He was just fucking with
It
them.
just blew up. We don't have one. Like,
Yeah.
just straight up lie.
I used to
like,
love
that's
me an
not-
Oreo shake, man. Oreo shake was the shit, you know.
It was so
now,
good.
now I can't get through a whole one, but I'll get through a whole peanut butter shake. Peanut butter shake is my shit. You
Oh, that's
know?
nice. Yeah, I work at a tropical smoothie now, and
Ooh.
we got a peanut paradise smoothie.
Yum.
Okay.
Phenomenal. Add some whey protein in there. It's
Yeah.
so good.
This guy's this guy's a gym rat, you know. He's like, my
Are
gym's
you?
in Camden, you know. Like I only drink water and egg whites, you know.
And I work out a lot. It's I
Do
don't know.
you?
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's fun.
It's fun. Is that why you do it?
That's why he wears all black. He doesn't want to, you know, make people uncomfortable with how ripped he is, you know. So he's like,
I mean,
you know how
it was
I wear
just-
black, you know, so I don't look as fat. He's like, he wears black so he doesn't look as ripped.
Either
you know,
way,
like,
it's slimming people down. That's,
Okay.
that's what black is doing for us out here. No, yeah, the gym is a great pastime. I don't really
yeah,
do it. I mean, I do have an irrational fear of being like obese, like just can't like get out of bed.
Yeah,
And I don't
yeah,
think that'll
yeah.
ever happen.
Where
but I
does
can
that
see-
come from? TV?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean that show.
Have you seen that 600-Pound
yeah.
Life? Yes.
Yeah, that comedy.
But
Huh?
so I have this thing that, like, if you ever feel bad about yourself, if you're ever just thinking, man, I'm a real piece of shit, I'm not doing good at whatever you're not doing good at in life. If you just watch one episode of My 600-Pound Life,
Yeah.
you will feel real good about
Yeah,
yourself.
you're like,
And
I'm
you'll be
actually
like,
killing
nope.
it.
You know what? I'm feeling
So
all
what?
right.
I went to rehab 6 times. I'm killing it.
That's right.
I'll go with 7.
Or that show, 90 Day Fiance.
Okay.
Like, you are delusional, motherfucker. I'm doing okay.
Do you watch that show a lot?
I've seen
Okay.
it a couple of times. I find it hard to watch, actually. Like,
thought
I
it
laugh
was
and I
very-
joke about it, but genuinely hard to watch
Yeah.
for me. Yeah.
It looks cringy.
It's so
I
cringy.
keep seeing these clips of, I don't know, I think it's that show with the short guy he has no neck, I guess.
Oh, the guy with the trapezoid head.
Yeah, I keep seeing clips
Trapezoid
of him.
head?
Yeah, he's dating like this lady from like Thailand, I think.
Is that the kind of guys that Kristen likes? No neck daddies?
You know what Kristen did say
neck
she likes? You know who
She
Kristen
does.
is?
Why?
Kristen Cushman.
Oh yeah.
She loves them no neck
No,
daddies.
why? Why did she
Is
give
that
a reason?
like? She just says she likes them in a big dually truck, and
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know, a
She
little
says
red-
those guys that you think have small dicks that everybody says, oh yeah, he's compensating for something, you know,
Yeah.
with that big truck. She
Yeah.
loves them.
Okay.
You know.
but
Well,
she says that we're mistaken, and they do good. So I was like,
It
okay,
sounds like she
I
has
don't.
a
I
lot of-
mean, more power to you, girl.
Yeah, it sounds
Get
like she
them
has a
no
lot
neck
of-
daddies.
she knows.
She said she knows. Who are we to argue? You know,
Good for
Yeah.
her. I'm glad she found what she likes though.
Oh,
I'm glad
absolutely.
she found what she likes though.
everybody's
she knows,
got their kink.
Yeah.
you know?
I didn't think it would
And
be.
do you mean this guy right here? I want to pull him up on the screen here.
Yeah, because I've never seen this. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
He's like he got to be like 4'11".
I think he's a
4'11".
Do you mean Big Ed?
Big guy. Yeah. Yeah, him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's Kristen's type right there.
No,
Look at it, no neck daddy.
Oh man.
is he?
He's got a
I've
kimono
seen-
and everything. You
That's
know?
got to be a disability.
What is this?
Oh yeah, he puts mayo in his hair. That's right.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He's got this. That's how his hair is so luscious.
I want to look young.
Where did he get this idea?
What'd you say?
Mayo. Hey man.
It's because it's got olive oil and eggs in it.
Okay. I get
I
the
like that
oil.
you have some basis on this.
I've
Yeah, no,
have you
I-
put
she made
mayo
it-
in your hair?
She made it make sense for
no,
me.
I have put olive oil in my hair and I've put eggs in my hair, and I understand that that's the reason that
Wow.
they're
Well,
doing
She
it.
made
you
it make
put-
sense for me just now. That okay. Now
Yeah.
I'm not that mad at it,
Yeah.
actually.
But hold on. I want to go back to where you just said that you put eggs in your hair,
Yes,
like scrambled or sunny side up.
scrambled.
Yeah, she
You gotta
makes
mix
some-
it
yeah.
first.
There's a
You
lot
gotta
of
mix
prep.
it into a goo.
Yeah. I mean, just with you saying that, I want to know what you do in the bathroom when you're getting ready. You know?
So it takes so long. So you got to make eggs in the bathroom.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I'm. You know, it's a no. If you had like a list of all the things that I do to all the different hairs on my body, you would be shocked.
Yeah. Well, you know what I do with the hairs on my body because they're usually right in the sink.
Can I ask,
I like to say. Well, go ahead.
I was gonna ask what's up with the wig.
Oh, the wig.
Where does that come from?
The wig is funny enough. So I almost got canceled when I started doing comedy about, I don't know, like when did I move here? So in 2023, I moved here at the end of 21. So probably beginning of 2021 is when I started comedy. And I started in Austin.
Ooh,
and,
okay.
and I'll pull up here in a minute where I'm at. But I started in Austin and somebody saw me they saw my set.
Okay.
Right. And I didn't wear the wig at the time. I still had I went by Arturo Lorenzo, but I get a call from HR. I have no problem going hard in the paint. If anything, I came up, like watching Greg Giraldo and Patrice O'Neill,
okay. Well, that
and
They get wild.
that explains it. Yeah.
so yeah, I'm wild, and I almost got canceled. So HR called me and they're like, "Oh, did you say?" They're like, "We got to complain that were you on this Kill Tony show?" And I'm like, "Yeah." On my off time, I perform comedy. Right, I already knew where it was coming. Like there's no good calls from HR. We just went and did a dirty set on Kill Tony. Right. And they're like, oh, okay, well, we got to complain that, there were some things said about, Catholics, gays, or whatever. I'm like, yeah, that's my whole set. What, but I had it was a hack joke at the time, but there was this dude in the crowd with those felt hats.
Okay.
And Tony asked me what made me start comedy. I'm like, I kind of think we went all wrong when we stopped being able to call guys gay that wore these hats.
Okay.
So it was it wasn't even that offensive, right? And I made a joke about how Catholicism is the best religion because it has a loophole. You can just, you can be the worst Catholic, and as long as you mean it and say you're sorry, then you're good, Yeah. That's why I know that I'm going to see my priest in heaven, regardless of what he did, because when you're about to die, you mean it, I'm sorry, God, But, so yeah, they called me and they're like, oh, and Arturo Lorenzo is, my comedy name or whatever, right? It's not my legal name. It's pretty close. And I was in charge, I was in a position of responsibility where my job, my professional job, it was in tech, and it was a little bit, it could rub people the wrong way because I had responsibility to make difficult decisions at times, right?
Uh-huh.
So they're like, okay. I'm like, well, I already saw where they're going. I'm like, well, there's a performance. By the way, I didn't use my name. It's a stage name. Similarly to, as a minority, I lean hard into the brown shield, I'm like, as a minority, if I was an actor, right, I know not to bring in the garb to work. It's a completely separate thing. And then I started, I twisted it, I'm like, but we've recently had to make some difficult business decisions. Could this be retaliation, right? Because we're in a difficult process, and could it be that somebody saw that because there's no way they could have known unless they knew me by looking at me, the name, and they're retaliating, trying to flex the muscle here because they're not happening what's happening professionally, And, could this be retaliation of me as a minority? Because they were coming at me hard. So I'm like, kind of skirting on the side. So I'm like, hey, I'm also a minority and this is completely separate. Yeah. I didn't use my name,
It's satirical.
So I'm like, I said, is it possible to know who the complaint was? She's like, oh, well, no, I don't think anything more will come from it, So after that, I found out that, especially in comedy, right? And I don't know if it's your generation or even younger, right? But in 2023, people are not so free to let kind of like music, right? Music moves you. They're not all ready to get the emotional feeling directly out of it. Mm-hmm. They have to think about what is said first before they allow themselves to laugh at it. There's too much intellect going on.
Yeah.
And as a patriarchal male, if they see somebody like a Hispanic guy, that's masculine, saying some of this stuff, they can see a Hispanic guy, a male patriarch piece of shit, saying this. So the wig is actually, I got it from watching I love Sunny in Philadelphia. You ever watch that show?
I was gonna say it
It's
looks
Always
like a
Sunny.
Danny situation.
Yeah, like Ango
I love that show,
Logan, right?
that show
Yeah.
is
Danny
very
DeVito,
funny.
yeah.
And the wig, it was hilarious, right? I'm like, that's a hilarious look. So that's where it started. Right?
Very
It
ridiculous.
started with that, with a wig and glasses, and I had a turtleneck, you know.
Okay.
But then it really evolved because I also got influence from Sacha Baron Cohen. You ever see The Dictator?
Yeah, of course.
So like that's where like the jacket started coming on and the badges, right? And it kind of just became my own thing. But the aim is that if I'm up there and I'm doing comedy, like don't take it seriously. Like look at me, it's a fucking clown in front of you saying
Okay,
it, right?
yeah.
Like so if there's something that you didn't like, okay, you're able to dismiss it because it's not some Hispanic male saying it to you.
Yeah.
It's a jester in front of you, right? So I guess I don't mean to. I mean to make people laugh. I don't mean to offend them, right? Can comedy sometimes be offensive? Sure, as all art can be, right? Nobody says that Eric Tarantino is a racist piece of shit because he made Django, right? Like, so this adds that layer of separation to where, like, you know, I want people to be able to think and hear their jokes without worrying about who it comes from and whether they're allowed to laugh at it. You know, if that
I
makes
love
any
that.
sense.
Yeah.
So-
Okay. That's nice.
Yeah, and that's why I never address it. But it's very funny because Harrison, who you've met, I think he was here. I don't know if he was still here when you were here. No, he left before that. But you know, when we first met, like, and the first time we chatted, he first saw me at a mic, and once we like became friends and started chatting, he's like, "Oh yeah, man, I thought you were like non-binary or whatever, right?"
Well, and I mean, you know, that's not specifically the goal, but the goal is to disarm. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure. I
You
can
know?
see that. You
know-
coming upstage, they're like,
yeah.
well,
if
what is this? What is this person saying? You
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
what am I allowed to laugh? Is this interesting? What's happening?
Yeah, and I build off of it too, right? Like, so when I go on stage and I say, "Oh yeah, my name is Arturo Lorenzo, aka the Brown Panda, aka the transgender Dora the Explorer," you know, like people are able to laugh,
Yeah.
you know,
That's
because
something that they wouldn't ordinarily laugh
right,
at.
they wouldn't ordinarily like because they don't know. Maybe is he? I don't know. Like, you know, so
Yeah,
all of a
exactly.
sudden
Are you allowed to
they
laugh
can't
or
really
you're
think
not?
about it. They just goes right to where it needs to go, right to the
Yeah.
gut, you know.
Yeah.
So
I love that, man. Okay.
thank you.
Yeah. That's a nice little.
So maybe that goes into like a good question. Like, what are you trying to accomplish? Would you say when you're up there on the stage with comedy? Is that
Ooh, that is a good question.
do you have a goal?
I just, cause I like all sorts of comedy. Like I like the dark stuff, I like the silly stuff, I like the
Yeah.
like just straight. Like you don't have to think about comedy type of comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. My style of comedy is never really. I don't really have a message.
Yeah.
You
Do you
know.
feel like maybe it's still evolving then, like your comedy?
For sure, I'm only 23. Like,
Yeah. I mean,
that's fair.
Well, the
it'll
message will
definitely-
come, you know, as you live life.
Well, but
you
that's
know?
what I was gonna say. Maybe it is. It's evolving. Your message is gonna be there. What do you said? So where does it come from right now? Just from your life or what?
From I think I'm more of an observational type of comedy.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
It comes from my life, idea, like stuff I can't really put on paper, maybe
Yeah.
something like that. Some thoughts that just come.
Yeah.
But I just want people to just like, I don't know, I like the silly side. I just want people to laugh, like not really
Yeah.
I don't want to have an agenda. I don't have an agenda
Yeah.
for anything. I just want like to just be, you
Yeah.
know,
Okay.
like just be comedy.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
that
You
makes
enjoy
sense.
it. You have fun. You make people laugh. You know, like, and that's part of my comedy sometimes too. Like, you know, Andy and I laugh about
Very silly
stupid
things.
shit. You
Yeah.
know, like you're talking. I'm
Silly is
like,
very silly.
you know, like I'm like, I forget what we were talking about. We're making a similarity to Mr. Beast. I'm like Old Beast. You know, like or something like that, or stuff that
He's
makes.
37. You know, he's old beast.
You know,
But
or
he
li-
goes ham on this shit. You know what I mean?
or like we say really silly shit. I forget what it is, but we'll like where the words just sound funny together,
just
and it's like it's
silly.
just silly. But at the same time, and I don't know if it's older in life, right? All of a sudden, there are certain jokes that I do want people to think. I want them to laugh, but I want them to think, even if they disagree. You know, like you know, I have a joke that's a little bit edgy where I'm like, you know, white guys are so scared nowadays. They're talking about their anxiety and all this other bullshit. I'm like, I'm like, you guys should be proud, like not too proud, like not like marching and matching uniforms proud, right? But like, well, I'm gonna keep my grass at a certain height proud, so it makes my property values go up, I'm like, well, guys, you guys are the guys that came up with the words like spick and wetback, I'm the guy that made the word snow monkeys popular, if you don't get it, monkeys come off the Caucasus Mountain, snow monkeys,
I was gonna say,
and then I'm like, so take it easy, snow monkeys, and it's a little bit edgy, but it's like, and all of a sudden they're like, what, but
But it's off-putting with the wig, and I think it's very funny. I think it's very interesting, and actually, I think it's incredibly interesting that you're actually one of our only guests. I think you are the only guest to have ever asked about his wig.
Really? No
Yeah.
one's ever.
Yes.
Thank you.
That I find that hard to
Genuinely,
believe. That no one
like
has
I think it's funny, and I think it's interesting that generally speaking, people don't address it, and that's what I think the commentary is the biggest about. So, like, I kind of appreciate that you're just like, hey, what's with the wig?
Yeah, this is one.
Yeah.
I would like to
Maybe,
know.
do you usually already have it on when the guests come?
Yeah, depending. No, some not always.
Okay.
Like
If
not
he's still
always.
setting up,
But
yeah.
we did, like because I get hot. But
It's warm.
we've been going since like about 1. You know.
Yeah. So
So sometimes I have it on.
Well, the lights come on and it gets warm in here.
Yeah.
I'm
and
starting
there's
to
a lot
feel
of
it. I didn't
people.
want to say that. I'm starting to feel it. I understand how
Thank
it's
you.
very warm right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, with the lights and the. Did you turn on the air?
yeah. Turned it up a little bit, so it wasn't. I get turned down again.
You
but
gotta turn it down.
um,
He's got all this black on. He's just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
radiating.
But I don't. If and this is the very thing I only wear when I perform or I'm going to be on camera, right? Like if you like when you saw me at Dirty Bull, I wasn't wearing it, right? Like because it's I'm Arturo Lorenzo in everyday life, right? But I do believe in branding.
Right.
And like there's a reason for it, but it can be multifaceted. It's a recognizable look. Like everybody knows that. I don't know if you ever watched the movie The Replacements with Keanu Reeves.
No, I love Keanu, but
Well,
no, I haven't
it's a great movie. It's pretty
You're giving
funny.
you so many ideas
I
for
know,
movies,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, and there's this one line that the coach says because the premise of the movie is that basically there's a strike because the players can't agree on a salary, right? And they're spending too much money, so they bring in a scab team, just replacement players,
Yeah.
right? And they're all like have criminal records. They come from like they've played football at some point, but some are like criminals,
They ditched out at whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and the coach says, at the very least, they'll be fun to watch, right? And that's what I am, right? Like, if maybe you didn't like my comedy, or you didn't like my jokes, at least you get to go home and be like, yeah, there's this crazy guy with a wig up there.
Yeah.
They got some form of entertainment, even if it's just visual,
Yeah, we got it's you and 2 other comics I think of right now. We got what's his name? Dink. I think he's been a guest on the show,
Dink,
right?
yeah.
he
We had him
wears
other
the
day.
robe and everything.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then
Oh, he's so
also,
silly.
He's
silly.
He's so fun to talk to. And
yeah.
TT from the Trap, she has like this grandma situation thing going
Oh,
on.
I haven't seen that.
Oh,
Yeah.
do we need to have her on? Yeah.
Yeah, she's very funny. She puts on a couple shows out and
We like
Durham, I
interesting
think.
people for sure.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys should have her on. She's great. But
That's great.
you 3 got like a little stage different like stage persona going on.
Yeah, a little bit, and thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Because I do think, like, so for example, right, like I even mentioned you're wearing all black. That even in itself is a thing, right? Like it can be.
Absolutely,
It's
yeah.
like all of a sudden they're like, okay, yeah, this guy. It's always, but you see so many comics, and I don't drive anything with it. Like some people might think it's hack. I don't think it's hack. I think it's kind of like a uniform.
Mm-hmm.
It's putting on a uniform
It
for
is.
performing.
Absolutely.
You don't have to think too much if you're like, oh, I'm just gonna wear black.
Yeah.
It's like it is a uniform.
No, that and this. I'm saying they're both the same.
Whatever you're wearing, whatever your style is your uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't always like I wear like the military jackets a lot when I perform, but I don't wear them out day to day, right? Like that's my comedy uniform, right? Like
Right. Okay. Yeah. There's there's a comic out in Fayetteville, Zach Blackfire, who wears tie dye.
okay.
And khaki cargo pants. That's his stage uniform.
He's like a hippie.
Yes, that's his thing.
Okay.
He has dreads and everything. Like it's
Arturo's
nice little.
mom thinks I'm a hippie, so
Yeah. Well,
she's like, "You're like a hippie," and I'm like, "Oh, that makes me feel like I just don't shave under my arms."
how dare you? My mom's 72. Okay, that's the
I
only
know,
analog that
it's
she can
sweet.
drive.
I like it.
I
I
was gonna say, how did you
adore
take
it.
that?
I actually no. I feel very honored.
Okay,
Like,
that's
she's
good.
very
I'm glad.
sweet.
That could have went left.
No.
Yeah.
But I do think, I guess, like in my mind, a hippie, I don't know what a hippie is to you, but in my mind, like a hippie is like the 70s hippie flower child.
for sure.
Doesn't shave
Does
her
not
armpits.
shave. Maybe even braids it.
Maybe
braids
even
the hair
braids
under
it.
there.
Have you seen like the trend of people who dye their underarm hair?
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
That's interesting.
More power to them. Like for me, body hair, I don't know if anybody cares, but I don't do it because of aesthetics so much as I just don't really like that feeling.
Yeah.
It's not for me. And I'm sure that it has come born out of the fact that I always shaved it, but that's not the point. Yeah. It's too late now. Yeah.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you just
It's too fucking late.
Maybe she means that you're a hippie because she sees how much weed you smoke.
Maybe. And how much yoga I do? I don't know. I'm
wow. I mean, you have
yoga.
a lot of hippie quality. I mean, you're doing
I
yoga.
do.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Like-
Color hair,
I used to have this.
She's like, I
this
just want
saying.
peas, man.
So I used to have this saying when I was in high school that if you have more than 3 friends that are hippies, you might be a hippie too.
Okay. I mean, that's reasonable.
So, but I mean,
Yeah.
you guys are my friends. You guys aren't hippies. This is fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm chill.
What if all my friends are black? Am I black?
We're gonna have to ask you. I'm gonna have to defer. You ask a hippie.
I'm using
you
your
have to
logic.
ask-
I'm using your logic.
Okay.
If we're going by what you just said,
Right.
So, okay, I would like to take that a step further then. Is he allowed to say the N-word now?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Only in Miami, apparently.
Only in Miami is Arturo allowed to say the N-word.
like, Tahj will understand that in South Florida,
man.
like, it's culturally, like, it's like, like, you have white, Hispanics, black people throwing the N-word as long as you're within the culture and the right neighborhood, like, it's like,
Right,
Yeah.
So we had some other people in here that did not agree, but they were nice white people, so you can't blame them.
I mean,
They
that's-
didn't know.
that's
They
a-
didn't know that they
You're
in
the
Miami.
only one that understands South Florida,
No.
like,
Yeah, I have a lot of Hispanic friends who just throw it out there,
Yeah.
and I'm
yeah.
What are you gonna
South
do?
Florida is its own
yeah,
beast.
it's like I don't know, man.
Well,
like
that's why you moved, right? You're like, Florida's wild.
that is part of it. It is a wild spot, man. It's so,
because
It's no holds barred, Florida man.
honestly, it's people talk about Texas being wild.
Florida's
no
wild.
laws.
Florida is wild.
Probably.
But guess what? When I've seen it like using in Florida, and you'll see it. It's like it's almost like I think they do subscribe to what your mom said. You're like, yeah, if all my friends are saying the N-word, I can say the N-word.
I think that's what it is. Is like because especially if they grow up in the neighborhood where it's predominantly black. They hear it all the time.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to be there the first time they say it.
Yeah.
Just to throw it out there, see if they can.
Yeah.
they're like, oh,
well, the
this is-
first time I said it, like I told Andy, right, and I'm like 15 plus years removed, right? But I used to work at a black bar in Florida, right? Like it was mostly black, like a lot of Latino and maybe a few white guys. To where like the white cook was like this like skinny like crack addicted
dude.
like Dave, right? And he was like,
Cokehead
like
Dave,
and like the N-word was every other word coming out of it, right? But it was like, it just flowed, and it was like in South Florida, I would say it to my white friends, or whatever. But I was much more like, like I don't. It's almost like culture, right? Like it's like you're in the, like in the cloud, and everybody like in there was before the separation. It seemed like, where like, I don't know how many Hennessy's and Hypnotics, how many incredible fucking Hulk's drink I had poured, like, if you know the drink, it's like, it looks cool.
It
but
does look
I think
cool.
fucking Hennessy's disgusting to me, like.
It's okay. I'll drink it.
I mean, but I'm a bitch about drinks. But my point is that it's almost using camaraderie. Like, it's like, and it was 15, 20 years ago. So it's not, it's pre-social media as big as it
That's
is
fair,
to where
yeah.
like, the side guy's like, yeah.
Well, so
maybe.
where everything that you did wasn't put on blast. every single time.
Yeah.
You're not the one putting it on blast. And like, because that's just it. It's like, I feel like we live in a day and age of where even if I don't want to necessarily talk about or be on pictures or whatever, you are going to be. If you're out in public, you're likely. You know what I mean? Even if you're the photobomb in somebody else's picture, you're just always being listened to. And I don't know, like
I've heard the argument said that like black people just make shit so cool that you almost want to say it. Like I'm just kidding. That's a joke.
Dyson disagrees.
That's a joke.
Dyson disagrees.
Make that up. It's not even real.
Yeah. I just want to see your reaction.
What was
I like the
your
way
reaction?
you laugh, man. You have a great laugh, by the way. Like it's very earnest.
Thank you. I don't mean.
You're like, I'm just so appalled by everything you're saying.
Yeah, it was very shocked thing. You
We're
play
here
that
to
back
shock
and see my reaction.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I just like I'm just talking shit at it. Like, if I ever offended anybody when I said it, like I really apologize. Yeah. But I'm hyperbole. I'm a satirist, right? Yeah. And I just want to make people laugh. And sometimes I miss the mark. Like, I mean, I haven't said it in fucking years, right? Probably since South Florida.
Since social
probably
media.
since that bar. No, probably since that bar. And it's one of those weird things, like where I couldn't see myself saying, like, it no longer. I am not the
Applies
person.
to
I'm
your
not
life?
in I'm not in the bubble. It doesn't flow naturally out of me. Like,
do you think that can be a cultural thing? Do you think that when you're in a neighborhood or whatever, if you grow up in that area, or like how Arturo did, and he lived in that, and then he worked at that bar, and so what?
I think it could, because like if a non black person does say it, I mean, especially in South Florida, we're gonna use South Florida for context on how they use it. It definitely is a friendly thing. They're using it not to be.
It's a lot of friendlier in South Florida. I agree.
Yeah, but you have the argument where you shouldn't be using it anyway, or whatever. So it's kind of like it depends on how you feel personally about it.
Well, I mean,
it's like the movie White Chicks. Like, you ever see that?
Yeah.
When they're like, you can't say nobody's here,
and they're singing the song.
One of the funniest scenes.
If the Wayans brothers said it was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that the rule? There's
that's-
so many of them. They make the rules.
I would actually go by that. If everyone was on board for what the Wayne brothers thought, cool, we can do that.
I love the way it's White Chicks is one of the funniest.
I think it
fucking
holds up,
movie.
man. And so many people say like it does. I'm like, no, you know what? It's good.
I think they brought up a point. I think people wanted like a sequel to it, but I think the Wayans brothers brought up a point where they couldn't do it now.
Yeah. No, they would
well, not because they're old, just because of the climate. Like, it's just, I don't think it would go over well.
Whiteface wouldn't go well.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, like movies
Why?
like
I can still watch it on TV.
I would
People
love
still
it.
enjoy it.
I would love it.
It's still got lots of stars.
Yeah. I mean, people can't watch Ace Ventura without being like, that movie's transphobic.
So,
like
I don't
a
understand
40-year-old
that.
version. That's, I don't know.
But
don't know what it is.
They could find something in that,
but that's silly because all of us have seen it. All of us continue to watch it. All of us think it's funny. But we're not going to tell anybody we think it's funny.
It's not about, because we've seen it. It's about this new generation who hasn't seen it, hasn't seen the original. So say if they reboot the Right Chicks, right? And then this new generation thinks it's a brand new idea.
Yeah.
Someone's going to find a problem with it without knowing the history
the
behind it.
context.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
saying
And that's how like the whole problem started. Like,
So you feel like most, and that's fair because like we were talking about earlier, you had never seen Donnie Darko, even though you really, really love Jake Gyllenhaal, and that was his breakout role or whatever. So White Chicks today would lack context.
yeah, I think
Okay.
so. I think
That sucks.
Yeah.
That fucking sucks because
Like-
that movie's hilarious.
Yeah, I think. Have you guys seen Tropic Thunder?
Yes.
Oh, so I
We were
love
talking about that the
fucking
other day.
movie. We talked about it
They
too.
Robert Downey's performance as the Australian playing a black guy.
Yeah.
One of the best. I think he should have got like some type
like,
of award.
you know,
Honestly, because he's so
100%.
brave.
And
the
that
fact-
is a brave thing to do.
It's an incredible.
Brave.
But he pulled it off.
It's
Is
so
what
good.
I felt
Well, it's
like.
because
It's
they
like,
address it head on too.
Yeah.
They're like, he should not be doing this.
Yeah.
should
you know,
not be
like-
doing that.
But I see because Robert's actually playing an Australian.
Yes.
Yes.
The Australian character is playing the black guy.
Yeah.
So I
yeah.
can
So it's
see-
a layer wrapped in a layer.
Yes,
So
you
he's
gotta-
insulated.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fine. I think he's
Yeah.
protected.
I think he is.
I think so as well.
I know they tried to.
I mean,
think a couple
honestly,
years
it's a
ago.
layer wrapped in a layer because he's an actor playing an Australian, playing a black man that's playing an actor that's playing another character. You know what I mean? It's a lot of. It's a lot removed.
It's like, what a fucking actor! I gotta tell you,
No, it's really good.
I mean, he's very fucking funny in it. He's so earnest. And
I
he's
like the part where he's
and
like,
he-
I don't know who I am anymore. Yeah.
I just like it when he's grabbing people and he's trying to be so earnest and black and he's doing his fucking serious face and I'm just like, Jesus.
No, it's great.
I mean, you're really like leaning into this. I appreciate it.
I know
It's
Twitter
funny.
tried to get over a couple of years ago. I think 2020 when they were trying things, trying to
probably.
cancel any. They tried to get Robert. They tried to cancel Eminem as well.
They
tried to
didn't know
cancel
that.
Eminem for saying the N-word?
For that, and I didn't know about that one.
I didn't. I mean, you expect it. I
Yeah,
just
I mean,
guessed it.
I
I
haven't
just
even
guessed.
thought about it,
That
like,
was a
that
shot in
sounds like
the
it
fucking
makes
dark.
sense.
You
It
know
makes
Eminem
sense.
says the
Yeah.
N-word.
Yeah, it's that,
Okay.
and then his, his vulgar language that he still does. He still says a lot.
But when he says it, he's actually the black Eminem. You know, like
yeah, it's not Slim Shady saying it. It's his other persona.
it's a character piece. You know, like
He's an Eminem wrapped in a
He's a he might actually
wrapped
like
in a
Eminem. He's
Slim
literal
Shady,
Eminem.
wrapped in a
yeah.
wrapped in that thing from the interview.
Oh my god, that
Right?
I love.
I mean,
that has to be one of the best little
little
Easter egg
yeah.
cameos.
Yeah.
One of the best cameos in the movie.
Absolutely.
That movie is
little
like a
nugget.
cult classic. It's so good. It's like a modern cult classic. you know?
Especially when you find out like the trouble it caused with Korea in real life.
Oh,
like,
did it?
Yeah.
Oh
They
yeah, when
actually
it was
had-
gonna get
it made people
released
mad.
on.
Yeah.
Tell him, yeah.
It made I know a little bit about it. I know I think I don't know too much, but it did cost.
So when it
cost
was
a lot
coming
of-
out on
yeah.
Netflix, I remember it was going to get released in theaters, and then they were like, "No, it's going to make North Korea too angry." And so Netflix actually released it, and they were like, "Okay, fine, I guess we'll release it on Netflix or whatever." But everybody was still up in arms, and they thought that North Korea was definitely going to nuke us because of the interview.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
Because
are
of
you
a
kidding
movie.
me?
like
We
a
saw
world-
that movie.
yeah, it's
He's
like
a
somebody
ridiculous
doesn't have a
man.
sense of humor. It's North Korea.
I think
Yeah.
it's a genius thing though.
Or
I think
North-
that, movie,
It was
that movie was great.
It was.
I love it. He's like, I mean, so many great lines. They hate us because they ain't us. You know,
Oh my
they
God.
hate us because we ain't
James
us.
Franco was actually like I didn't realize how funny he was, but that movie I don't know if he's done any. Well, yeah, Pineapple Express. I think
Yeah,
he's funny,
yeah.
You
but
gotta
I mean,
watch all the James Franco.
But in that one,
Yeah, I
he's
got
like,
you.
I'm gonna give him a little
no,
bit
he
of
was the
this.
best in that.
You know,
he
he's
was
like,
the best of it.
yeah,
They hate us because they hate us because they ain't us.
yeah.
like the play on that it was very funny.
It's very
Yeah.
But there was a question.
He's
on
like, so
Twitter.
Hector's rectum was a real thing.
There was a question on Twitter I want to ask you guys. There was like they named 4 actors. It was Will Ferrell, Adam Sandler, who made the interview? I'm blanking right now. What's his name? Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen, yeah.
and Jim Carrey.
Okay.
You guys got to pick who would like just disappear and all.
Who
the
am I gonna
Oh,
fuck?
that's-
Kiss and marry? No.
Fuck, marry, kill. Yeah. No, I mean that's impossible.
You gotta, I
Okay,
wanna
so-
know
so
your
who do you
answers.
have?
They all offer such different things.
So who do we have? Seth Rogen, Jim
Seth
Carrey.
Rogen, Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey, Will Ferrell. No, Will Ferrell and Adam Sandler.
I would kill Will Ferrell.
And the
We're not-
question is,
no.
which one's more likely to say the N word?
No, man. Let's,
Oh, sorry.
Did we both get this game wrong?
that's actually a good game. I actually want to think about that
That's
one.
actually
Fuck, marry, kill, right? I'm
But-
killing him. Will Ferrell, you're gone.
No, guys, who disappears like off the face of the earth in their
But
work?
that's like killing him, right?
Oh, and their work.
Oh, in
In
their
their
work.
work,
Okay.
yes.
Will Ferrell still.
Will Ferrell.
Hold on. Will Ferrell, Jim Carrey.
Step Brothers? You're taking away Step Brothers from us?
I don't want to talk about that.
Jim
In just a second.
Carrey.
Hold on. Will Ferrell, Jim Carrey,
Adam Sandler
Adam Sandler,
and Seth Rogen.
Seth
Okay,
Rogen.
so it can't be Adam
Still Will
Sandler in
Ferrell.
my mind.
Yeah, it's Adam Sandler.
It can't be Jim Carrey in my mind.
No,
It's really
So,
yeah.
so it's down to Will Ferrell and Seth Rogen.
it's Will Ferrell.
You got Blaze of Glory with Will Ferrell.
I think it's
Y'all
like-
love
No,
that movie.
okay. So Step Brothers is one of my sister's very most favorite movies.
It's great. It's so
And
funny.
so she has quoted it to the point of ad nauseum.
Yeah, you don't-
know what I
yeah,
mean?
you
Like,
don't
I'm
wanna
done
see
with
it
it.
ever
I'm
again.
done.
Yeah.
I'm done. I've actually only seen it a couple of times, but I don't want to see it again just simply because she's quoted it to the ground. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, oh my God, let it go, bitch. It's not that funny.
Well, what's
And
Will
you-
Ferrell's best
You
movie?
misquote it.
And what's Seth Rogen's best movie?
Okay. Ooh, that's a good question.
You know, like, cause
What is Will Ferrell's best movie?
well, Will
I
Ferrell
think
has old
Anchorman-
school. Will Ferrell has old school, and
Old
he's
School.
great in that.
Old
But he
School's
doesn't
great. But
carry.
he's not,
That's a lot of big. That's a big cast. You can.
Yeah.
He
He's
doesn't-
not the
yeah.
main
Yeah,
character.
you know what? You know
I
what?
would say Anchorman. That whole thing is his best. I love him. In
And
Anchorman.
see, then Anchorman, like I enjoyed it, but it's not one of those ones where like, oh man, if I really want to laugh, I'm gonna go watch.
Well, the thing is, like,
if I really
think it's
wanna
hard to
laugh, I'm gonna
rewatch.
watch the interview. Huh?
I think it's
Okay.
hard to rewatch. I think it's.
Yes.
I think Anchorman is like is so funny the first time you watch it, especially at the time.
Because it's shocking.
But
Yeah.
you know what? But Seth Rogen, what's he funniest in? Because he's usually attached to Franco, right? What have we said?
No, that's not true because he is
Yeah.
a director, a writer. You don't even understand all the fingers he's got in every single thing of things that you didn't even know he's a part of. We can't let Seth Rogen go. He is an American treasure.
You know, you're right. You're right.
not
Will
wrong.
Ferrell. Will Ferrell.
does.
Will Ferrell has
more-
not done what
And,
Seth
and
Rogen.
probably
Seth
the one
Rogen is
most likely
on
to say
his
the N-word as
grind.
well.
Will
You know?
Ferrell. I think,
And Seth Rogen does it high as fuck. That is like his character piece. He's
Yeah.
so fucking high. It's like his superpower.
I think Will Ferrell's just starting to direct. I think he's directing that show on Netflix.
What show?
It's like a Dead to Me. I think it is.
Oh, I do like that show.
I think he's a
with
EP
Christina
on it.
Applegate. And,
I think so. It
yeah.
might be Dead to Me. That might be wrong.
Well, and didn't
but-
Christina Applegate
But-
get like diagnosed with?
breast cancer.
She stepped. Didn't she retire because she's got some brain thing? I think.
What are you talking about? Christina Applegate?
Yeah.
The girl from Married with Children?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. Well, sorry,
Oh, we'll look it
Christina.
up.
Yeah.
Well, she's in this show called Dead to Me, and it's got that other girl that actually was in a show with Seth Rogen.
I don't know.
I'm just.
That's why
it's
we need
all-
a producer to be able to pull this shit up.
You know what?
or-
Yeah, for sure. We need somebody to film us. We need somebody to switch the switcher so we can just come
Yeah.
over here and hang out with you.
So you're picking Will Ferrell, and you're still indecisive.
I'm picking Will Ferrell as well.
I
Ferrell's
fucking
gotta
told
go.
you, right?
I'm starting to think, I'm blanking. Like Old School is one of my favorite in them, but he's not even that great. Vince Vaughn is great in that. He's like
Yeah.
he's the one that's leading. He's like he's leading the Rush class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? What about that one that you like with Amy Poehler and him?
Oh, The House. It's not that good. I mean, like it's not Amy
And that's
Poehler.
how I feel.
No, I mean
She
the movie's
carries
good.
it?
Amy Poehler. I love Amy Poehler and anything
Maybe
she's
watch
in,
it again.
you know?
I'll just watch Amy Poehler.
Yeah.
The other guys. With
The
other
other
guys,
one.
we
Oh,
like
okay.
that
That's
one,
a
yeah.
good one. But I'm.
But you
I'm
can
not
have
mad at-
somebody else play him in the other
could.
guys because
A lot of people
I
do
love
that.
Mark Wahlberg, especially him. Like he can be the funniest guy, but he's kind of like whenever he's kind of like an asshole, like tough guy, but that has a sense of humor.
Yeah.
I like
is
him. in
funny.
this.
He's the one most likely to say the N-word, and he has.
Yeah.
He has
He
a lot.
did?
Yeah, you don't know about his past in
No.
Boston?
No, I
Tell
did. I
me.
know.
Yeah, in his
Oh,
early
everybody,
20s.
every white guy in Boston says the N word.
Yeah, I mean, in his 20s, he would actually it was hate crimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh,
I did not
no.
know that.
They tried to cancel him too because they found
damn.
out. Like he has a lot of police reports. Like,
What
Oh,
do you
well.
think about that then? Should he be canceled?
no, I love my brother. I mean, it's fine.
Well,
like,
but,
you know,
but let me
I'm a
ask-
wild bag.
So what's the difference between canceling him and canceling somebody else who said the N-word?
Charm.
because I don't.
Charm?
Yeah, he's a handsome fella. No, I think
Well, I
he's a
mean-
new person. That's years ago. I
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
it's second
Well, but
chance
why,
you can change.
Why can't this current? Okay,
I like that what you said. I believe in second chances. You
I,
can
Yeah,
change.
I
you gotta-
agree. So what is then the second chance for people who are young who have done something foolish, maybe said something foolish? Is there second chances for them?
For sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially if they're young. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
So less so if they're old.
I was gonna say if Mark Wahlberg was caught now, like a headline came out and
Oh,
it was like,
currently.
yeah, a headline came out. Mark Wahlberg beat 6 black men.
God
for
damn,
racial-
motherfucker can
yeah.
fight.
Yeah, he can.
That
He's-
would also be. He should be MMA. But
Have you seen him?
I know. Yeah,
He's
is.
ripped. He's
If that
tiny,
came
but
out
he's ripped.
yesterday and he was still like that guy, then
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Like that's
Yeah.
you. You're 40. Like that's just you.
So if you're 40 and you're still acting like that, then you're that guy.
Yeah. I mean,
Is
I
that
don't-
the
that's
is
kinda-
that the
I have,
question?
I have a question for you. How do you feel about Mel Gibson?
He was at least 40. Oh my gosh, do you know about other things?
Only because he's out of my.
And have you
thing.
seen the movie Fat Man? Because I think that redeemed him.
The only movie I've seen of him. He wasn't in it. I don't think. I think he just created director or something. It was Passion of the Christ. It's the only thing I've seen of his.
You have
Are
to
you
watch this
serious?
movie. I think you'll like
Are
it.
you-
I'm out of like Mel Gibson's era.
Why?
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because you
He
just don't watch those.
Does he still make stuff?
Well, he just made a
just
great
made-
movie. Do you know who Walton Goggin is? He's in Hateful Eight. Have you seen Hateful Eight?
I have seen Hateful Eight. What's character was?
He's the
was
white guy. Like, there's four main guys. There's Kurt Russell, right? And then there's the girl that he's got handcuffed.
Right.
There's Samuel L. Jackson,
Right.
and then the mayor of the town that rides with him.
I was thinking he was the one who had the girl handcuffed, but
Yeah,
so
no.
it's not him.
He's
No,
one of
the other
Someone
guy.
else. Okay.
So the other guy, and he's in a Mel Gibson movie where Mel Gibson plays Santa, but it's a rated R movie. It's so fucking good.
Man, I don't even know how to tell you. Like, the description of it makes it sound so fucking ridiculous, but like it was moving. I'm not
I'm sure
joking.
it
It is
was.
not. It's not a B movie. It's like, goddamn, Mel Gibson, you got some acting
I've heard he's
chops. You
actually
can make
good,
me
though. Like-
feel for Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it called again? I need to check.
It's
it out.
called Fat Man, like
Fat Man.
FAT.
Okay.
But the basic premise is that some kid is pissed off at Santa, so he sends an assassin after Santa.
To kill Santa.
Yeah, it's fucking
Okay.
amazing.
That's
But
the
you ain't
second-
know Santa's a badass.
Are we not talking about that David Harbour movie where he's playing Santa?
No,
as
no,
well?
no, no,
You're
no.
thinking
Violent
about
Night or something?
Violent Night.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
That's
that's
the-
new.
that's
That's
not-
like a horror B movie. This is a
No,
good
this is the
movie.
legit Santa. He gives
Yeah.
presents, you know, like
He's a real
You know, he's got
Santa.
a workshop. He's got elves working for him.
That sounds
He's a
nice,
little
though.
bit
I do
magic.
like that
Fucking
premise.
good. It's
I
a
do
You
good
will
like that.
honestly
movie.
enjoy it because you
Yeah.
will be surprised. And
Mrs.
I
Claus
think
is
that you
black
will
as
be
well, so
excited.
you know, like he's probably doing some damage control there. You know,
Yeah.
but,
I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah, no. And you know what? As soon as I saw it, I was like, well, I'm glad that they picked a black wife so they could do some damage control.
Now, if all the elves were black, that would be then he's back in the
well, with Harrison, we're
None of the elves were black.
awesome. He dodged a bullet with that. one.
With Harrison, we were thinking of this concept last time we had a podcast where it's like, well, I want to bring a concept of the South Pole Santa. You know, like a South Pole Santa, where instead of like, you know, it being a red cap with like white French, it's a white cap with a red French, right? And somebody, I think Harrison mentioned it.
That is very,
No. Well, I wanted to do the inverse, but
Okay.
Harrison said that he has giants working for him. South Pole Santa has giants, not elves, but they're a little dumb, you know. And
that's interesting.
yeah.
So
I
like,
actually like that.
so like the elves are super smart and the giants are super dumb. I
Yeah.
love that.
Should they? Okay, but
They're opposite
And
lands.
and the giants are also not Jewish. Yeah.
Not.
I'm just kidding. I'm not saying the opposite.
I think you just did.
would the movie be those Santas having a little altercation?
Yeah. They go to
We
war.
can
each
only
other.
assume.
For the Santa,
Warring
like the
Santa.
Santa
It's like
title.
orcs versus elves, you know, like in Lord of the
I mean,
Rings,
that
you
would
know.
be so good. No, we need to talk about that assassin that was sent to kill a Santa. Who was assassins taking that job?
You need to watch it.
Yeah,
He's
you need to
giving-
watch it. You won't
Will
regret it.
yeah.
Okay.
Honestly.
Yeah. No, that sounds fun.
You gave us some recommendations. We give you. You
I
need
didn't
to
give
check
many.
it
I
out,
just
man.
said Jake Gyllenhaal. Very broad.
Yeah.
recommendation.
No. That movie that you recommended at the very beginning.
Brokeback Mountain. I think. You did. I haven't seen that movie this whole time.
You went to the theater in a movie that you went
Art
to
of
watch.
Self-Defense.
Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I
don't
pulled up
act
the
like
poster.
It wasn't
The
that
poster
long
looks
ago.
fine.
Jesus. Act
Yeah.
like I don't know what I'm talking about.
I pulled up
Make
the
me
poster.
sound silly.
The poster looks very good.
Does it? Good.
Yeah, but yeah, we've done like a minute, like an hour 20 almost. You know, like that went by
Nice.
like this.
Yeah, that was so fun. Thank
Touch,
you.
I want you to come back on the show. We need to do like a Casa de thing, and we usually start off, you know, the Manly Girly show. You know, is getting to know you. Like this is the longest we've talked, man. You're hilarious. Can't wait to hang out again.
Yeah.
But why don't you tell everybody where they can find you, or where they should look you up?
You can find me
At the
on-
gym in Camden.
I was gonna say you can find me on Pornhub. No, you can find me on Instagram at it's Tahj Ferrell, ITSTAJ letter 4 real.
Yeah.
And then I have all my other links on that Instagram. So just follow the Instagram. Yeah, and my name's not spelled wrong. It's just my initials spell out Tahj.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's my full name is Tahj Amon Jones. So
Yeah.
TAJ.
Yeah.
This is like a clever thing. I don't know.
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought
I
it
it was
like
works
it. No, I
both
like it.
ways.
Yeah.
I like
So
that.
some people just think my name's spelled TAJ when it's TAJ.
You know what? Maybe you should just change it to that for your comedy name.
I
You know,
know.
make it easy.
Yeah. All my
feel
business
you.
cards say have that, so now I can't
Oh,
change
hey,
it.
nice.
Branding is everything,
Branding is
right?
everything,
We talked
yeah.
about it.
I thought actually I thought about having a stage name just Tahj
Yeah.
TAJ.
Yeah,
since
TAJ, man.
It's low-key
Like
saying my full
JUST
name.
space TAHJ.
Say again.
Like JUST space T, like just Tahj, or is it just not part of it?
No, when he goes on the stage,
Oh,
his name
okay.
is Tahj.
Oh, Tahj. Okay.
Yeah. Don't
Should
overcomplicate
make it
it,
just
baby.
Tahj. You know?
I was like, what
It's
is
just
he
Tahj.
spelling?
It's
That's I'm
Tahj.
dumb. I was like, what are you spelling right now?
Yeah, just.
Yeah.
You're
but,
like, I went to public school. I don't know what to tell you. No.
community college and everything. Very
Awesome.
boring.
Well, thank
No,
you,
Thank you
Tahj.
for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me, guys. This was really fun. I liked it.
Absolutely.
Manly
Thank you,
Girly,
Andy.
right?
This has been Manly Girly.
Bye.
Dude, that was so much fun.
That was so much fun. Yes, thank you. Was that weird?